Hi guys, Scott Cook with Team Prosperity within CTFO. Wanted to put this together for you. It's going to be a little bit longer training, but it's necessary to be longer. Uh, you know, we all want network marketing success, right? Well, I have a rhetorical question for you. How much is success dependent on our enroller and their leaders? Now, before you assume my answer to this question, let's take a hard look at where I'm going with this. So let's ask ourselves, what's the biggest trigger for network marketing failure? In my opinion, the biggest cause of network marketing failure is entering the profession with false expectations. Now, some of this can be blamed on the sponsor or the enroller, but not all of it. See, if someone enters this profession with false expectations and they never attend a company training, well, I blame them. Why enter something without taking it seriously or wanting to become better at it, developing skills? Now, if someone comes in because they heard network marketing success stories without understanding that at first none of us knocked it out of the park and that we attended lots of training, well, then they're doomed. Prevent this type of problem by asking prospects what they expect before you enroll them. Let me give you some tips for those that want to attract leaders. Have a system in place. This includes fast start training, a quick start, a way for the group to communicate, and regular training that covers the basics at least. This can be accomplished by your team leaders if you're not comfortable doing it. And Team Prosperity has such a system in place, so use it. Next, be compatible while compassionate and involved. Let the world see that you give love, kudos, and most importantly, your time to your team. Focus on the care of the team, which includes growing it, and then outsiders will notice. Next is attend all events. If you want people to see you as a leader, even when you don't have a team, show up to events to get better and take pictures with leaders. Let me tell you the truth about this profession. Network marketing is not about get rich quick. In fact, I would argue that anything that is get rich quick doesn't last. Network marketing is a way that you can totally change your life if you stay focused and consistent in 3 to 4 years. You must have a rock solid growth and action plan along the way if you want to create network marketing success. And belief that this is strictly the CTFO is an online business, well, that's a big mistake. The online portion of this business is simply one way to build a team. The time tested and proven offline methods that are the foundation of our industry are also a great way to build your team. Focusing on just the online portion of your sales and presentation funnels is a huge mistake. I suggest that only 25 to 30% of your efforts. That's all you should spend on online activities to grow your business. And a good success team above you can certainly help you in this regard. I believe that great success starts at the very enrollment appointment. When someone expresses interest in the business, I say, great. The next step is to set the enrollment appointment so I can help to get you started. I never send people to my site to enroll alone. I like to walk them through the process, ensuring they get off to a great start by enrolling with CTFO and getting them signed up for their auto ship. I do this in person on the phone. I believe that true business builders are created by good coaching. Motivation alone will not provide success in this business. Skills are what do that. So after your newbie enrolls, it's a great opportunity to congratulate them. Walk them through their team and company sites and communities. Show them their training sites and discuss the training conference call dates, times, and phone numbers too. Be sure they know how to access team materials, training calls, etc. Plug them in. Sending them a welcome email with this information is a great idea. Following up with a phone call is even better. Be sure to set your time for training and never get off the phone without setting your next appointment with them. Now, for as far as training, as you work closely with new associates during their first 30 days, I really place a lot of focus on helping them build their list and their launches. During your first trainings with them, you really want to focus on their list. Who to invite. You need to teach them where to look to find contacts like cell phone, Facebook, company and team memory joggers, etc. Focus on how to invite, what language and words and phrases to use, what's successful and working, and focus on what to invite them to. A sponsorship series, how to get them to a live meeting or on a three-way call with you. And then another thing you want to focus on is their launches, hosted at their homes or their friends' homes or on a webinar. You want them to expand their business in their local area. Your goal is to help them get their opportunity and products in front of as many people as possible in their first 30 days, and then help them earn the biggest check possible. And if they're local, help them do the events. If they're long distance, Skyping or Zooming in for their events is a good idea. It's also a great idea for them to host VBLs as well, virtual business launches. And you can do that via Skype, Zoom, Google Chat, or programs like BlueJeans conferencing system. So their friends around the globe can hear what they're up to. Be sure to teach them what to do pre-event, during the event, and how to follow up after the event. Make sure to go over their reason, their why, discuss their goals and company goals, any upfront bonus programs that they might be able to earn. When you focus on helping them achieve success from the start to help them earn their return on investment immediately, it helps them to remain enthusiastic. It gives them a story to share with prospects. And not to mention, the pace that gets set duplicates on their team. There's truly power in pace. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. And I always remind people, you aren't responsible for people's ultimate success or failure. That we can't claim. But we are responsible to get them off to a good start and really help them begin working their list, and for helping them with their launches during their first 30 days. Once you've done that, you start all over again with someone new and remain available for their three-way calls, events, and keep them plugged into the system. Remember, the cure to what ails you in your business is always personal activity. If you've been stuck at a certain volume and you're on my team, I ask you, how many people have you personally sponsored to get to your volume? And if you said 10 to me, I would say, well, to double your volume, sponsor 10 more new people. Same is true with the old saying, to get what you got, do what you did to get there in the first place. Don't ever place blame on your team. Success in this profession is all about making the first circle work. That first circle is you. You can't motivate the unmotivated. After all, isn't it easier to give birth than it is to resurrect the dead? If you truly want to be extremely successful in this profession, you will never stop sponsoring and starting newbies. I spend most of my time doing this and working with true leaders. The rest stay plugged into our system for success, or they drop off the radar and ultimately do nothing. So let's talk about three booby traps of network marketing. And the reason I chose the term booby trap is because the subjects I'm about to discuss with you can, in fact, catch you off guard and be a hazard if you're not knowledgeable about their existence. There are three phases that one goes through as they advance in this business, if they do advance in network marketing. Each can be a booby trap to the individual. Booby trap number one, introverting. What is that? Well, introverting can be defined as concentrating upon oneself or what one is doing. So, how can we use this definition in our network marketing business? Well, normally introversion occurs in the very beginning of one's career in network marketing. The indicators of someone introverting are when one is greatly concerned with what he or she looks or sounds like to others. It's a constant comparison to others. When they're studying or practicing scripts, they're so focused on the actual words that they don't communicate the meaning or concept to the prospect. What they say sounds stupid, like they're scared or uncomfortable, because they are. Their voice shakes and they sound very unsure of themselves, which communicates directly to the prospect. I don't believe in what I'm doing. See, they're not focused on the prospect and how to help them. They're focused on saying the right thing. Therefore, the concept of what they're saying doesn't reach the prospect. So, how do we get past this introverting? If you are constantly thinking about what other people think of you, you must get past it. And here's how. Number one, drill. Now, this means to repeat what you're going to say over and over and over before you get in front of a live person. Next, focus all of your attention on the prospect in a sincere way. Be a consultant. And finally, create so much activity that you don't have time to focus on your fears. When you confront what you fear enough times, you fear it no more. As you continue to do this, you'll focus on doing it instead of worrying whether you can do it or not. Then something really bizarre will happen. You'll sponsor someone in the business. And on that day, you'll realize you really can do it. So, what happens if you don't confront this introverting behavior? Associates who don't get out of introversion end up trapped by it and either quit or they don't succeed. They're also the ones who say, this business just isn't for me, or they'll claim the whole industry doesn't work. And we all know that's false. It does work. What it takes is skills. Every time I hear someone say it doesn't work, I think, wow, I should send my commission check back to the company every month because somebody says the industry doesn't work. Of course it works, but you have to get past what other people think of you. So the secret to overcoming introversion, well, okay, for this discussion, just pretend you actually get past yourself, past that introversion, and into activity. You start bringing people into the business and you feel wonderful. You get really confident, and it almost seems effortless to bring people into the business. The people that are still in introversion are mesmerized by your abilities, and they all want to know your secret. When they hear the secret, when they hear what you have to say, they're shocked. They're shocked to hear there is no secret. The difference in you and them is that you have stopped worrying about what people might think and started doing it. The others, they're just worried and trying to do it right. All right, booby trap number 2, doing it all. You know, the success of sponsoring people eventually becomes a booby trap as well, and it's very well concealed. You can spot this trap if when you have sponsored several people and you have been praised so much by your peers for your ability to sponsor so many people that you identify yourself as the person who can sponsor a lot of people. Your identity gets stuck on that one activity. I've seen people sponsor 30, 50, 100 people and just keep on doing it. The booby trap lies in your waiting for someone to be as effective as you are. The symptoms of doing it all include phrases like, none of my people are doing anything. How do I motivate my downline? I keep sponsoring duds. If this is you, you've watched very valuable, very capable people fall through the cracks. You're adding people as fast as they're dropping off the other end. You're doing yourself, your team, and the industry a disservice if you let yourself fall victim to this booby trap. Let me explain. You're doing your team a disservice because they will need your help to get past introversion and other roadblocks. You're doing the industry a disservice because the drop-offs you're sponsoring generate a higher failure rate in our industry. And above all else, you're doing yourself a disservice. It can be very disheartening to sponsor all these people, thinking you're going to be making a ton of money on them, only to see them quit within a month or two. So, how do we overcome doing it all? You must train the people you sponsor. If you're unwilling to make a leader out of the person you're sponsoring, then don't sponsor them. It takes great patience to train people. You have to sit through the pain of listening to them present. Now, here's a warning. Don't do this on an empty stomach. You want so badly to save them, and you can't. If you ever want to make a lot of money in network marketing, doing it for them only handicaps them. You cannot do it for them. You must train, 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 and then train some more. And when you think they'll never get it, you train some more. They will get it when you get enough patience. And by the way, don't stop your training until you see that your associates can properly train their associates. If you don't do this step, your organization will never move past the third level. You won't build a Christmas tree, which is what I think it's a better description than a pyramid. You'll build a diamond. All your volume will be up in your first 2 to 3 levels. Booby trap number 3, the velvet rut. What are you talking about, Scott? Well, the final trap is what I call the velvet rut. It's when you're making between $3,000 and $7,000 a month, and the thought of going back to recruiting again is actually daunting. The reason I call it the velvet rut is because you're making just enough money to keep you in the game. It's kind of comfortable, but because you're not making the money you've dreamed of, it's still a rut. It's a trap. So go back to work and sponsor 3 or 4 more people. Build them into leaders. Get your dream. Our compensation plan is designed for this. find your three power legs and drive them. Create those power legs. Now, here's my final thoughts about your road to success. Our zero cost entry fee with CTFO, it often lures people into our business without doing their research. People make many mistakes when starting in network marketing. Some don't research the company, or some don't research the product. Others don't read the policies and procedures we have. Many newbies rely on the information provided by their sponsor. And this is a problem because even the best sponsor will not be able to cover every little detail. And of course, some sponsors fail to disclose anything and everything, which in case, you know, in that case, you don't want that sponsor. Problems people experience in network marketing due to failure to research or study the contract and the policies is their fault, not network marketing's. Number two, remember this. People quit CTFO easier than other ventures. Why? Because the startup investment in CTFO is so much smaller than in traditional small businesses and other network marketing companies. It's also so much easier to quit. It's easier to walk away from a $100 product investment than $5,000 or $25,000 business investment. Don't let this happen. Train, train, train. Oh, and did I mention train? Now, number three is many reps struggle because they don't treat CTFO like the business it is. For some reason, many network marketing businesses are viewed and treated differently than a traditional business, which is a problem. It doesn't matter what business you start. If you don't market, sell, and do the activities that make money on a consistent basis, your business will fail. Remember, use, recommend, and invite. That's the formula. You, not statistics, dictate your success. Like most things in life, success or failure mostly relies on the individual. Certainly, the network marketing industry has a vast sea of distributors and reps who don't make much money or who quit. But there are reps who are meeting their income goals, and some, at least a small few, are rich. They're wealthy. The same could be said about bloggers and most other entrepreneurial ventures. So, in closing, I'd like to leave you with one last thought. And I'd really appreciate it if you really think about what I'm about to say. Too many people are trying to find the right person instead of being the right person. Be a consultant, be a problem solver. Hope you enjoyed. Go slay the dragon.